exciting. We realized after we did all of that recording that we had way too much for this, what we thought was going to be this little 45-minute, hour podcast. And apparently we have way more to share than that.
Yeah.
So we ended up dividing it into 2 sections, as you know, part 1 and part 2. That probably will continue. We'll see how it works out. I mean, there's a possibility that we just had a lot that first time. There's also a possibility that we're just kind of like super totally prolific and have a lot to share every single time, all the time.
I was going to say long-winded, but that's nicer to say that we just have a lot to share.
I like my way better.
Your way is better. It's much kinder than mine.
We're going with we have lots to share.
Lots to share.
Alrighty, so we'll see what happens. But one of the things that also happened... Oh, wait, we forgot to announce our giveaways.
Truth.
That was the thing we forgot. We were so upset about that after we finished because we really wanted to do this. So we had planned a giveaway for people that subscribe and like us on YouTube. So you need to like, subscribe, and comment on YouTube to be entered into this giveaway. And you need to join and comment in the Ravelry group, Color and Life, to be entered into that one. So there's 2 of them going. One on YouTube, one on Ravelry. And what you have to comment, in your comments, you have to say whether you want a spindle or a skein. So even if that's the only 2 words you use, you can elaborate if you want and comment other things. But the entries will be for people who say or include spindle or skein as their choice. Now, why would you say spindle or skein? Why are these 2 words important, Liz?
Because that's going to determine which category which list you're put on for the giveaway, because we are giving away 1 beautiful skein and 1 beautiful spindle.
Ta-da! Ta-da! So the skein is... Tell us about the skein, Liz.
This is Black Opal on Elation Sock. It is a colorful, eclectic colorway. And yeah, it's
I love it.
Super colorful.
Beautiful. So soft. So soft. And this is our spindle that was donated by Rundle Artwear. It's a Rundle. These are close to my heart.
Right. Just
a little. They're wonderful. We really designed them so that they spin. And they spin.
A lot.
They really do. They're wonderful spindles. So, decide if you want a spindle or a skein. And put that in the comment that you make. Spindle or skein.
Right.
All right.
And then we'll compile those both from YouTube and Ravelry, each under their own list, and then do a random draw for it.
So a random draw for Ravelry and a random draw for YouTube. 1 random draw for Ravelry, 1 random draw for YouTube. Right? Oh, 1 random draw for the skein and 1 random draw. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I totally had it backwards. I'm sorry. I'm so glad we clarified that.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
So with them being compiled, it'll be 1 skein, 1 spindle, and this giveaway closes May 15th, 2016. And we're going to announce that June 1st?
By June 1st.
By June 1st. Whichever podcast is...
Whatever podcast ends up getting recorded between May 15th and June 1st is the one, and it will get uploaded, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
So whichever section. So, you gotta watch the sections. Gotta watch them so that you find out.
Right.
All right. Now this section that we're talking about now, though, our brand new section that we just kind of like found out about as we were doing the recording of the podcast, is our special project for the season.
Ooh, special project. Everybody likes a special project.
Yeah, I know. It's like a big thing. This is something Liz and I are working on together. And we had originally recorded it as part of our works in progress. So that's why you will see like the same costumes we had on in the other 2 parts in just a minute. But it just works better as a special project.
Right.
So for this season, this is going to be our special project. And here's our first installment coming right up. Yay. Enjoy. What's next? Oh, Ooh, spinning.
Oh, this is exciting.
Okay, this is super exciting.
I haven't seen the finished skeins in person yet. I was sent a text picture yesterday.
And this isn't even all of them. Okay, so, where should... I need to start.
Start from where you brought me into this. Well, start before you brought me into this picture.
Okay.
Stock show.
So the stock show, I was at the stock show in January doing fiber to shawl with Danny. And she was on my team and we were spinning along. We went out to dinner afterwards and she said, you know, I've always wanted to do lace, but I'm really intimidated and I have this pattern. I want to do this pattern pretty as a peacock. And I got this beautiful yarn and I want to do it, but I just don't think I can do it myself. And I said, okay, cool, I'll do it with you. Because I think we looked up on our phone and I saw the pattern.
I was gonna say, did you see the pattern before you made this commitment? Because this
Probably
is
not.
not a sneeze at it pattern.
Probably not. She just needed somebody to do it, and I do lace.
Right.
So
Don't share.
I'm
this.
not giving... Okay. Here. This is also a paper pattern, but it's on Ravelry.
I think we need to edit in picture.
Okay.
Pretty.
It is so beautiful. It is so gorgeous with those things. Okay, so she has this wonderful yarn that she's going to use.
Nice.
And me, deep into the pool. Deep into the pool, right?
Right.
I get this wild bug up my butt that I should spin the yarn for it and get it dyed. So I was talking to... Anyway, so I went down the recycle dam and you were there that day when I was talking about this and wanting to dye it and everything. And you said... Or did I call you?
You called me while I was
called
walking
you.
around Target.
I called her while she was walking around Target and said, Liz, I need you to dye me something.
I have an idea.
I have this idea. So, we started, and I wanted a peacock, and she showed me this and said, is this what you want? And I said, well, that might work, but I kind of had something else in mind. So let's just play. So she took her colors, and we've done so many, and we decided to do an experiment, a sampling,
Yes.
to see what would really work, what we liked best. And so we have, I don't even know it. So we took small samples. I bought a bunch of Polar Silk. A lot of Polar
gorgeous.
Silk.
Yeah, it was a big old bump.
Big old bump. So we bought a bunch of Polar Silk, and I'm going to let you show it while I kind of talk about it.
Okay.
But we should say what they are. So we did different samples. I'm going to hold these up first. So the first thing we did was I said, okay, so let's try these different things. So we tried 3 different things. We tried me spinning singles and then plying them and her dyeing the plied singles.
So that's
No, that's this one. In one
That's
batch.
the singles. Yes.
That's the singles. No, that's plied, and then you dyed it plied.
Yes.
So that's this one. Beautiful, gorgeous. I mean, they are all so gorgeous.
A little bit of golden.
And you were having a little bit of a hard time with these small samples. And then
Yes.
I spun the singles, and we dyed them 2 different color ways. And then I plied them together after they had dyed. And that was fiddly.
Right.
And although the result is gorgeous, I don't know that I would have the patience to... I don't know that I have the patience to spin those and then ply them. It just wasn't fun. And if I'm going to have to do 2,000 yards...
that
Go back a little bit.
there.
It's hard to tell.
So it was definitely like.
but they're
got
there you
the-
go. There you go.
The
Right there,
golds
'cause you
end
got
of
the
the
sun on it.
spectrum, and the blues,
And the blues
and,
is one ply, and then the golds is another ply.
yeah, and all the greens throughout.
Right. And then we did the same thing with fiber. And I've got these in baggies, and hopefully you can see
Oh yeah.
at least the idea.
Definitely.
So this is the golds, and this is the blues. And that's what she was dyeing those plies. Each of those plies is in these spectrums. But she dyed fiber, and then I spun the fiber. I spun these fibers, and then plied them. And that's what this looks like. And that's beautiful. And this beautiful muted. And then I went, you know what? We need to do an experiment. And we did it with bigger samples this next time.
Yes.
Of, what if we just had braids of some of these things? So,
When we were trying to determine how, I think our next conversation was, how do you want the braids dyed?
right.
Do you want a more variegated look?
Or do we want
Or
to...
do you want more of a gradient look?
Yeah. And we and so we came up with 4 different combinations for me to spin. So she dyed up 2 braids, not 4 braids, 2 braids, sorry. 2 braids, 1 variegated, and 1, I'm almost saying it. 1 variegated, and 1 gradient. Oops.
That was baby helping.
Baby helping. Earthquake.
Ryan,
Baby earthquake.
let's not do that.
Okay, that was an earthquake. A baby earthquake. We have the baby now. No more earthquaking. Okay.
At least
Scooch back in.
Am I?
Yeah, there we go.
Woo! And we found snacks.
Oh yeah,
And
and yarn and all kinds of fun stuff. All right. We love doing this with babies. Alrighty. But they're part of our life.
Yes.
They're part of they're part of your life too, I'm sure. And you have to figure out how to juggle all of that kind of stuff too in your life. And it's possible. We do it. And we do what's important to us. Yes, and you're important to us. All right, so we had a variegated braid. We decided on a variegated braid and a gradient braid. Then I took the variegated braid and... Okay, so... Ooh, I don't want to show that braid. But we have the variegated braid, and I divided it in half this way. And then I took each of those halves and divided them in half. And one of them I spun so that it matched. And I've got another one waiting to be spun end to end so that it doesn't match.
Intentional mismatch.
Intentional mismatch. And we'll see how they come together. Sometimes they'll match, sometimes they won't.
Right.
Then we had a gradient where it went literally from blues through the greens to the golds.
Right.
And that I split in half. That I split all the way in half down because it was a gradient.
So along the length.
Along the length.
Okay.
And then I split that half in half and matched those. And then this half I split in half and then in half and then in half and half so I can get fractal. So I can get a fractal. Okay, and I have 2 of them. Aren't these gorgeous?
Those are I love.
Ooh, and you only got a little tiny taste. Okay, so this is the variegated one.
Pretty.
With it matching. So the colors change more often, but they match. And the thing I'm wondering about this is when it's knit up in that long thing, it almost ended up looking like it's a self-striping, just kind of a short.
Right. I see that.
So that's what I'm a little worried about with that one.
What wash do you use? That smells heavenly.
This is kookaburra. Tea tree, even. Which I don't usually like. Yeah, but with this, it's really yummy. Okay, this is the gradient one. You guys, this is so pretty. I have to show it this way.
Oh, I love that. That just makes my heart sing.
Isn't that just... Am I getting the colors okay? Can you see?
Yes. It's perfect.
And what you guys aren't seeing is this sparkles. You put in... We're going to have another earthquake.
Oh.
Okay.
So you were showing off
Another earthquake
the gradient.
averted. Shh, shh, shh. Here, feel. Oh, so soft. So this is the gradient. And we already showed that up close. So we're good.
You were saying
And then
that
I'm going to
it
do the
sparkles
fractal.
because
Oh,
of the
it
silk.
sparkles. Oh my gosh, it sparkles. You get this thing in the sun and it just goes.
Yeah.
It just like lights up from the inside.
You're gonna, when you finish this shawl and you do your like finished photos of it, you're gonna need like video. To
I
see the
know.
shimmer.
I know. It's going to be neat. Anyway. It's beautiful. So, haven't decided which way I want to do it. I'm thinking I'm going to either end up with a fractal or the variegated, but the mismatch variegated. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Well, you've got 2 more.
Because I think that one's going to be closer to this, the mismatch variegated. Oh, this is the singles that would just... I really like this, but holy cow, it was yucky to try to apply with because the singles had already been set.
Right, through the dyeing process, which was difficult.
Yes. Well, the dyeing process and the plying process were... It just would not be fun. Right. And why do it if it's not fun?
Exactly. That's not why we spin.
Or anything, yeah. But this one, you do have that other set of this that I spun, that 4 ounces that I spun.
I actually should have dyed it up yesterday, but I'm waiting for your determination on the way that you want to dye up the rest of it. Because you need, 2,800 yards? Is that what we decided?
Right. But one of the things we wanted to do is to get a bigger color sample of doing something like this, where we have it already spun, so I know if I want to spin it white.
Right.
And then dye it all from white. And I hand you this massive quantity of white yarn that we dye in one batch.
That sounds like no fun. You heard her say that she likes to play when she spins.
But it's also zen too. There's meditative moments.
You can find your way to make that
exactly.
A good thing
but
for you.
This, I tell you, this has been so fun to spin. Both of these. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so this is our super project. This is our project with for Liz and I together.
Yeah. Which is fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to dyeing up the next batch.
Super color play.
There are pictures on my Instagram, I believe on Colorful Eclectic.
And mine.
And on yours.
Which is Genuine Knits.
Of them in the pans, in the dye pots. And I just...
And I have some flash pictures of these too up there that you can see that are just... You can see the sparkle.
Yeah, it shows the way.
It really shows the sparkle. But these are so soft too. Mm-hmm. That's what I love. It's just going
to be fantastic.
Yeah, the Polworth combined with the silk, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful shawl. So
I would say magnum opus level.
Oh yeah,
accomplishment.
Yeah. But deep into the pool.
Totally.
Alrighty. Okay, but before we move on to yours, still on the peacock theme, I wasn't sure where these would get shared. Oh yes,
the peacock theme.
And I have one too.
Because you got them for both of us.
And I got this for you. Because you needed it. And you needed these.
Those are
and
so
I have
cool.
a set too because we do. I don't have mine braided, but we braid our hair a lot. Frequently. And you have yours braided. So those
It's going to be super fun when you've got your braid on this side. And
I put my braid on this side actually.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I do too. Usually. Or in the back.
These are awesome. Thank you.
I thought you would love them.
I do love them.
So there you go.
Presents are fun.
They needed to be yours. We needed to have a set, each of us. And my set was here.
I'm guessing that Ryan decided.
I don't know. They're somewhere.